Hi again everybody, it's Chris. Last week I announced that I was buying a new type of Illuminator from America which had its own inbuilt battery, was much lighter, it never got hot, and it was allegedly to be the most powerful device that you can find on the market. And here it is. You can just see that. This is the actual unit head here. I'll just turn that on for you. It comes fully charged. And it's got 36 LEDs. Now attached to perhaps a high-8 camcorder which has got much better IR receptors, it should provide a fairly impressive performance. Of course, if you're using it with a mini DV, the likelihood of getting brilliant captures is extremely remote, but obviously it's going to benefit a mini DV too, but not as much as an analog camcorder. Now the downside to this device is this is the original bar that came with it. I've replaced it with a conventional slightly longer one, and as you can see there's a difference of about an inch, and that's significant because when it's attached to the camcorder, as you open the gate of the video door with the original bar, it actually hits the side of the unit. Now I've tried it with the longer bar, it still does hit the side of the unit unfortunately, but it gives you a much better area of visibility, so that's something that you would have to bear in mind should you buy it. Another downside too, and it's only a minor one, as the unit was bought in America it comes with a 2-pin adapter. The output is 6 volts DC, whereas obviously the incoming volts is 110 DC. Now all you need to do is to buy an adapter. They're quite cheap to find. Any electrical hardware shop will supply them on a 3-pin version, and of course the output voltage is always the same, 6 volts, so it's a minor inconvenience. But I suppose if they're looking for export markets, perhaps to Europe and the UK, power adapters are something they need to consider. The units are actually built in China, as with many other things nowadays, but over and all it's quite a sturdy little unit. It's very light, you hardly notice the weight on the arm of the camcorder. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to trial it very shortly. Now according to the manufacturer's instructions is that it has an operational distance of between 10 and 70 feet. Well, 10 feet would obviously be for a mini DV camcorder, and up to 70 for a high analog because they have much better infrared receptors. Now previously I built the Cobra infrared illuminator, which is an amazingly powerful piece of kit, but its downside is that on close distance shots you have to deactivate the illuminator because it produces a white ball of energy in front, so you get what I call whiteout. So you cannot actually see anything at all. So if this particular unit diffuses that much better, then it is a 100% improvement over existing stock. The only downside is that the battery lasts for 60 minutes, and on a conventional shoot I'm probably running for at least 90 and maybe the whole night. So this is something I need to look at, so hopefully perhaps buying another unit which has got an interlocking section to it, which you can add as many units as you want to it with their own separate power supply. If you look very closely you can see the input for the power, and there is a diode light there which is red when charging and turns green when fully charged, so that's a bonus. This particular light slips off the hot shoe attachment here on the arm, and it can fit atop any conventional camcorder. So a lot of thought and a lot of effort has gone into making this much more practical, certainly a lot much more lighter, and of course hopefully, and this is the big if, much more powerful. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to take the camcorder with the illuminator outside, and we're going to do some outside shots, possibly the side of the house and also across the street and into the park. I just want to give you a fairly standard view of what you can actually see in comparison to normal infrared from the camera to the improved version using this particular night shot enhancer. So let's go and have some fun. Well, we're all kitted up. I've got the unit affixed to the replacement bar on the camcorder, and I'm just about to engage the light. As you can see, it flashes on. And let's go outside and do a field test. Okay, the first test that I'm performing is actually on the alleyway at the side of the house leading to the garden gate. As you can see on this night cam, the visibility is not too bad. When I switch the light on, it transforms immediately. And that is very, very powerful. This is a very good indication of the quality of this light. Okay, I'm standing at the front of my house. I'll just pan around with the normal camcorder on night shot mode. As you can see, it's not too bad, but it's also picking up a lot of light reflecting from houses and street lights. Let's switch over to the new Illuminator and we should see a transformation again. Wow, look at that. Nice and smooth, cleanly diffused, which is also important. There's no large white balls of energy per se, and the visibility across the garden is pretty clear. Go back down to the side of the house, then switch off the Illuminator, and you can see the difference. So let's have a wander over to the park. Okay, we're at the park gate, and I'm using it without the add-on Illuminator. It's not too bad, it's being assisted by background lighting. And let's switch over to the new light shot. That is very, very impressive. Probably going back about, well, at least 70 feet clear, as they recommended. Very, very good. And off. And on. And off. Another shot, this time at the side of the church next door with the Illuminator light off and now switched on. Very, very impressive. Unfortunately, no orb activity. And now to the other side of the church. Again, the Illuminator light is switched off. Not bad lighting, it's picking up a lot of street lighting reflected from here, and then back onto the new Illuminator, and look at the difference. Now remember, I'm using a high 8 camcorder, so the infrared receptors are much bigger, more powerful. On a mini DV, expect probably up to 10 feet. Okay, here's another demonstration of the output of this camcorder with the special adapter Illuminator. Now I'm standing here using normal IR light that's being projected from the camera itself, and now switching back over, and once again the illumination is very, very impressive. Taking it over to the fish pond. And one of the biggest problems I have with my Cobra Illuminator, which was very, very powerful, but its biggest drawback was at close distance it tended to produce a large central ball of light. So if you drew a camera too close to somebody's face or to an object, you would get the characteristic whiteout. If I come closer, as I say, I had the Illuminator on, you can actually see a fish, I believe, swimming around. Out on the big fella is a ghost carp, funnily enough. But as you can see, the quality from this infrared illuminator is absolutely outstanding. Go into detail. I'm actually looking at water plants there. fan around again. As you can see, the light is still on. So yes, I'm very impressed. I would give it 9 out of 10. It would easily get a 10 from me if it wasn't for the fact that the battery will only run for 60 minutes in duration. But there again, it's a small unit, so what do you expect? As you can see here, the clarity of the illumination is perfect. Of course, if you're using a mini DV, expect only for a distance of 10 feet, which for a mini DV is quite record. And that's why we, Haunted Earth, use the older, slightly heavier analog camcorders.